Oh, I think this is the third video in 2 weeks I've done in my pajamas, and you know what? I don't care. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, or otherwise strange content. Today, we're talking about a movie that I just watched a couple nights ago with my mom and grandma that I used to watch over and over and over again as a kid. And honestly, I still kind of love it now. It's just adorable. I've got my chocolate milk today to match the sugary sweetness of the movie. The movie, of course, being The Game Plan from 2008. I have it right here. Oh my god, every time I log into Disney Plus and I see the banner for The Bad Batch, which I haven't watched yet, I read it as The Bad Bitch, and that just makes me laugh. Sorry. 2007. And it's chock full of mid-2000s Disney Channel nostalgia, even though it's not technically a Disney Channel movie. It had a theatrical release, but I'm already all over the place. Let's just get into the movie. This movie's got an amazing, almost entirely Elvis soundtrack, which I love. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson stars as a big-time football player named Joe Kingman. The King, Kingman, that's where all the Elvis stuff comes in, you get it. He has this dog, which if I remember correctly, like part of the promotion for this movie when it came out was showing like behind the scenes stuff. You remember Disney Channel used to always do that with like Disney movies showing you behind the scenes stuff.
Surfers, it's time to go behind the scenes of the latest Disney movies.
I just remember them saying that they had to put like, maybe I'm remembering it wrong. I remember them saying they had to put fish paste on the double's hand to get him to lick his hand. And that grosses me out every time I see this shot. I'll have to look up that clip later. Ugh. Equally gross is the shake that he makes himself every morning. Ugh. I'm drinking my chocolate milk so I can remember what being happy tastes like. We're 4 minutes into this movie and I already saw a McDonald's product placement. Drink! If you're playing a drinking game, drink every time you see like a sneaky product placement in this movie. This movie is like really sly about it. Kind of. So after Joe, the quarterback, wins them the game that gets them into the finals, the playoffs, Super Bowl. See, I'm not a sports ball fan, and I'm generally not a fan of movies about sports ball, but this movie is very charming. Anyway, after the win, he's hosting this giant party at his gigantic penthouse apartment, and we get to meet his teammates. We've got this guy who talks with his mouth full. We've got this guy who's really good at pulling pranks.
Use some of this. Chicks dig it.
Weber, you got a pen?
Why?
You might want to take some notes.
Sure. Spray mouth spray in your mouth while you're chewing on shrimp tails. That's a plan.
What's up?
How did you... It had to taste different than mouth spray, right? Maybe it was all the shrimp that was confusing him. Joe's over here hitting on his supermodel girlfriend.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Tatiana.
He's just... This man... How loaded is he? He's just got a whole closet full of Chanel? That's just like his go-to move is Chanel? Damn. And then this teammate, he's leaving to go, you know, spend time with his family. You know, like people do. And they're all making fun of him.
All right, Joe, come on, it's real funny, right? Just give me back the wallet, all right?
I'm looking to confiscate Sanders' man card, but his wife Maria has already done it.
Like, ha! Well, you got a wife and kids that love you? Loser. And then after the party, Joe's all alone and lonely and lonesome, playing catch with his dog. With football dog treats that have a lot of detailing in the frosting, it looks like. Damn, I kind of want one. It's just him and his dog and this gigantic portrait of himself, which shockingly isn't enough to make him happy.
You wanna watch the new ESPN special profile on Joe Kingman?
So Joe's all about himself, right? He likes to watch himself on TV, which honestly, more power to him. I hate seeing myself just in the editing process of these videos. I can't imagine pulling up a chair and watching myself on the news.
Nothing beats the thrill of playing on that field every Sunday.
And then the ESPN reporter just like roasts him in the middle of his piece on him. So like,
if nothing else really matters, why does that championship ring elude Kingman? The clock is ticking, Joe, ticking on your career.
ouch.
I have a visitor here. Yeah, young lady.
Is she cute?
Oh, exceedingly so, sir.
And then the front desk calls and they're like, hey, we've got a young lady here for you. And he's like, a date? Oh boy. And it's not a date.
Goodbye.
I know everybody knows where this is going, but how did he not see? Does nobody in movies have peripheral vision? I talk about this all the time.
Oh, kid, I don't do Girl Scout cookies, okay? You don't get abs like these eating peanut butter patties.
Yeah, like you might have the abs, but at least I get to have the peanut butter patties.
Give it a shot. Come on.
He's so good with children.
I know what you want. I get it. It's what the world wants. An autograph of Joe Kingman.
Ugh. So this little girl, she was in a lot of Disney Channel stuff back in the day. I'm pretty sure, wasn't she on Cory in the House? Am I remembering that correctly? She comes in.
Who are you here with?
My father.
Well, you better go get him, because I'm sure he's looking for you.
He's not looking for me.
And is like, hey, surprise.
You're married to my mom, Sarah. Sarah Kelly. My name is Peyton. I'm your daughter.
I'm your kid. And he's completely in shock, but this kid has receipts.
It's my birth certificate.
Birth certificate? Joseph Kingman.
His name's even on her birth certificate, which I guess is not ironclad proof. It's enough proof for him. It's the truth. There you go.
I know this is a big surprise, but Peyton is your daughter. I need you to watch her for a month.
And her mom, who according to her is in Africa, and just like dropped off her 8-year-old to meet her long-lost dad alone, was his ex-wife. So all the pieces are kind of coming together. So the first thing he does reactionarily, is that a word, reactionarily? He calls his agent.
Fix it.
Oh! Not what I would do if I found out I had a long-lost kid, but apparently he's worried about the PR of it all. Classy.
It says here that your mom is not coming back for a month.
It is a little bit weird that she...
She's on her way to Africa.
Huh.
What kind of a selfish, self-centered person dumps their
She's
kid
on a
just...
water sanitation project.
Okay, that's fair.
Sarah has a sister.
Karen.
Karen. What about her?
Okay, don't want to get to know your kid at all. Let's shove her off on another relative. Okay.
She's dead.
That's convenient.
Oh boy, that wasn't a good plan to begin with, but it's really out the window now.
My father.
So you say.
Want a paternity test?
Good God, this went from 1 to 10 really quickly.
These things never stay quiet, trust me. If she does turn out to be yours, you look like a guy who had a kid and ditched her.
So they don't want to, like, do a paternity test because they don't want a scandal to, like, ruin their negotiating this brand deal. Which, like, I really don't think it's that weird that a 30-something-year-old has a kid. But it doesn't make any sense because, like, 20 minutes later, approximately, he has her out in public anyway. So, like, I don't know.
We don't even look alike.
It is good casting. So they go downstairs, they get in Joe's terrifying-looking car.
If you get in an accident, the airbag will hurt me.
Poor kid is already raising herself. Oh boy, I'm not a parent, but I think 4 out of 5 pediatricians recommend the football helmet method to keep your kids safe in the car. Saw that in the highlights once.
So what's your favorite thing to do?
That's easy. Play football.
This poor kid is just trying to get to know her dad, and he's just not paying attention.
If you could only save one thing in a fire, what would it be?
My limited edition Joe Kingman sneaker.
Cool, bro.
Want a cookie?
Oh, she made him little square cookies. That he is apparently very allergic to. And he's a little bit, I won't say nonchalant, but like he doesn't go to the hospital or anything, and it's clear that his tongue is swelling up. I would be a little bit more concerned. He just like gets on the field and starts doing training.
What'd you put in those cookies?
Milk, flour, eggs, and cinnamon.
Cinnamon? Cinnamon? I'm allergic to cinnamon.
He like blames her, the 8-year-old, as if he isn't the adult in the room.
Stay here.
Yes, sir.
I love her.
the rebels experience the heat.
And then they just let him do a promo sounding like Elmer Fudd, and no one says anything. So back in the locker room, his teammates are like, man, that's great, you got a kid. And he's like, man, can't believe I have a kid. My life sucks.
We'll put ice in his bath. Cool. Look real close. Joe is in an ice bath.
We'll put colder ice in it.
Oh, bless the sweet guy's heart.
What's your name, sweetheart?
Peyton.
And they sit her with a blindfold in the corner because she's in the men's locker room. That might actually be one of the most parentally conscious things anybody does in this movie.
Like Peyton Manning?
Oh, dude. It's like Walter Payton, right?
No, Peyton Rouse. He won the Nobel Prize.
What team?
Guys, like, you were named after a medical professional, not a football player.
He's not even a football player. That's stupid.
Stupid is a mean word.
That's stupid. I also wasn't allowed to say stupid when I was about her age. Did anybody else have parents that wouldn't let them say stupid?
Step away from the pants.
Okay. Jeez. Calm down.
He needs to wear them every game or he thinks we won't win.
Hey, I'm on SportsCenter again.
So Joe's just listening to the radio about himself while his teammates raise his child, I guess.
Hey, do you need Jell-O?
I'm not giving you 28 grams of empty carbohydrates. We do not do simple sugars in this house.
As I drink this chocolate milk, I feel like he would be very disappointed in me, yes? Jesus Christ. That mound of pasta is like bigger than her head. Dude.
What's the romance button for?
Valentine's Day magic.
Whoa, turn the romance thing off. You're too young for that.
Whoa, turn this off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Why does every movie that has one of those scenes where, like, the room goes into romance mode have the exact same song?
Turn it off. Press the button. Turn it.
Let's Get It On. It's a great song, but, like, everybody uses the same song. Think a little bit out of the box.
The big bad wolf blew down the Grammy's house and ate the Goldilocks.
So apparently Joe is incapable of telling a bedtime story. So she decides to tell him a story.
Once upon a time, there was a princess, and she had a lot of beautiful dresses. The pink dress, which had pink sparkles all over it, could make her fly. And the blue dress, which had blue sparkles all over it, could make her tiny.
No. So after Joe's asleep, she gets a call from her mom on her very bedazzled, sparkly phone. And it's clear that the mom doesn't know where she is. She thinks she's at some school or camp or something.
But how's the ballet? I mean, is it as good as they promised?
Too soon to tell.
A ballet school, to be specific.
Email me lots of pictures.
And she says that she wants to see pictures. So the next day, she puts the dog in a tutu and tries to coerce Joe into signing her up for ballet lessons.
My mom says we're not supposed to pop our knuckles.
Well, your mom didn't sleep on a hard sofa.
Okay, but you were gonna make the kids sleep on the couch. If you're gonna make her do it, you should be able to do it.
What's with the Beethoven?
It's Tchaikovsky.
And don't make fun of classical music. It works in a certain ambiance.
My bedazzler. Doesn't Camille look pretty?
Kids big on bedazzling things.
Tuna for protein and flavor.
Oh god, not the smoothie again. Not the...
Little liquid chickens.
This is another line that I still quote to this day, and I completely forgot that it was from this movie. I still call eggs liquid chickens.
I'm gonna need you to drink up. You'll be running a 40 and under 4.5 in no time.
Yeah, kid, drink your breakfast. No! Oh, good Lord in heaven. So after this kitchen incident, he mops off a notebook and draws up a playbook of the house.
You want to go to the kitchen? Straight button hook. But now you go to the kitchen, big X.
Because he doesn't know how to talk to people unless he's referring to football, apparently. The next day, he picks out a nanny, which they're doing, like, in the middle of the field, like, in practice. Like, I feel like that would annoy the other players, right? Like, they couldn't do that at his apartment.
Blondie, you're up.
Oh, no.
No.
Nobody is happy about this nanny pick, except Joe, apparently. And then the next night, he has the opening of this club that he owns, so he drags his 8-year-old along to this club, which will really make him look like Father of the Year, I'm sure.
The purple or the yellow?
Pick the yellow one. Hey, he picked the yellow one. Oh, he forgot his kid. He forgot his kid at the club.
Michael, Aiden!
Oh, and then he just pops a Yui in oncoming traffic, so the bad decisions are just compounding on one another.
Peyton!
Hey, Joe, you forget something?
Jesus, did he punch the guy? I don't like the paparazzi either, but that might not be a good look for you either, Joe, sir. And I guess the whole being worried about the brand deal was pointless because in the wake of this, they closed their deal with something called Fanny's Burgers.
My mom says that Fanny's makes kids fat and gives them gas.
And then he finds out he has to drive a station wagon, which, like, upsets him more than being on the cover of, like, every tabloid. So now they're going to do this press conference, do, like, PR damage control. And Peyton decides to use this to leverage not having to have a nanny.
I'm feeling a little dizzy, Joe. I think it might be from that funny yellow soft drink Joe gave me last night. Margarita?
Oh, damn. That's cold, kid.
I'm ready to start.
Hey.
You're fired.
Well, and this poor girl gets fired with no explanation. She's running in pumps. That sucks for her.
And clearly, I'm still getting the hang of things.
Joe is really bombing with the press.
Can I say something, please?
But then Peyton gets on the mic. Why did I say that? She was about to start rapping. Like, she goes to talk to the press.
You're the world's greatest father.
And she turns it all around because she's an adorable little kid.
It's gonna cost you.
And then she leverages this win to get to go to ballet class, so she's really giving off some powerful Slytherin energy.
I think you can make a little exception for me.
And why is that?
You don't know who I am?
The ballet teacher is not taking any of Joe's shit, but now Joe's slowly turning into a parent, right? Because he has his friends over.
Hey, keep this clean. Use the napkins.
And he's all of a sudden worried about, like, using coasters and stuff like he never was before.
Let's get Weber.
Oh, this poor guy. Oh, sweetheart.
It's a $40,000 couch. I asked you to be careful.
Damn, who spends 40 grand on a couch, dude?
Which bathroom should I use?
The one off the trophy room.
There's a bathroom off the trophy room? That's so extra.
Welcome to the magical
Hey, Disney Channel! So he's no longer the cool friend because he's, you know, a parent and stuff. Ugh. He sends Peyton to go get ready for bed. His bathroom, by the way, look at the bathtub. It's like a gym-sized pool. She puts like so much bubble bath in the tub, and then the dog comes out covered in suds. He goes in to find the entire room filled with bubbles and thinks that she's like in danger of drowning or something. So, you know, like any parent would do, he jumps in. This reminds me, I live in Atlanta, so I've been to Netherworld, you know, pre-personalized pan pizza era. They had this one room, I don't know why, but it was just a room filled with suds. And, like, they, like, dared you to run through it. And I did, like an idiot. And I came out looking like he looks right now. Like, had a panic attack. I thought I was gonna die in there. I could barely breathe. It was great. Good times.
I'm not gonna yell. We're gonna have a very calm, rational discussion.
Oh, she bedazzled the football. It's a very nice look for the football, though. The next day, they're fighting over the music, and Joe kind of snaps a little bit.
My towel! My towel.
Okay, dude, you can have that towel. It's your towel.
Denver hosts Boston in the first round of the playoffs.
Okay, so he did get them to the playoffs, and they're not yet in the Super Bowl. I'm not a complete idiot. Meanwhile, Peyton is with the agent, and they meet this guy who's from Fanny's Burgers. He's like the owner that they just made this brand deal with. And hey, it's Zack and Cody's dad. There's just so much Disney Channel nostalgia. But then Joe's not a team player, but he wins the game, so, you know. And then after he abandoned his kid and made national headlines with the whole club incident, he then abandons her at ballet school, and her teacher has to drive her home. You think he would have learned a lesson by now. Alas, he has not.
I just knew you were one of those parents.
One of what parents?
De los que se cree que la vida.
She is really not taking his shit. Good for her.
Why don't you just, call me Joe?
Oh, don't ever do that ever again. No, I hate it when guys do that. Stop. And so as punishment for this, she makes him agree to be the big tree in their ballet recital that's coming up. And she's like, you have to do ballet. And he's like, psh, ballet is for sissy girls. And then she tries to make him do actual ballet and he almost dies.
Hey, so what were you saying about ballet not being a real sport?
Props to any ballerinas out there, or dancers in general. I'm the worst dancer in the world. Ew, he's drinking Dasani. That's not important. I was talking about how badass ballerinas are. Ballerinas are awesome. You guys are so... I don't have the work ethic or the talent to do that. So good for you guys.
So, if ballet were easy, they call it football.
Ooh, ouch. She gets a call from her mom again, who starts to grill her a little bit, and then she sends her some pictures of her doing ballet, and the mom's like, oh, I'm sure my kid isn't up to any shady shit. Oh, and then he makes her her own little room in the trophy room, and it's all cute. And then they have like a heart-to-heart.
I just joined the dad team, and I'm still learning all these plays.
No kidding.
But again, he's really not good at talking to people unless he's making football references, so he does that.
When the linebackers are creeping up to blitz, and all of a sudden you gotta call an audible to change the play, and you go around and you score.
I was following you until Audible. The only Audible I know is, you know, has to do with audiobooks. Aww, and they're watching TV together, and he even has like a split screen set up so that they can both watch what they want. She's watching Sweet Life. I feel like that would be hard for either person to hear what they're watching, but anyway, it's still cute.
What's the best thing that's ever happened to you?
You have one incoming message.
And then this almost turns into a really sweet, heartfelt moment. And then he's like, hold that thought. And he gets a call from his model girlfriend from before.
Hey, baby, it's Tatiana. I'm in Boston. I'll be there 6. Mwah.
I'm gonna need you to clean up all this.
So he's like, kid, shoo, my girlfriend's coming over.
How old are you anyway, 4?
How old are you, 40?
I'm 21.
Are you Joe's long lost daughter too?
So Peyton and the girlfriend kind of have this Parent Trap-esque moment.
I see you've already met,
Remember your kid's name, Joe. It's Peyton. He tries to shuffle her off to the neighbors, but his girlfriend isn't very happy with his bedazzled coat and general dad vibes.
I'm sorry, but I guess Peyton's allergic to our dog.
Oh, really? Well, you're not allergic to Spike.
Smooth, Peyton. Very smooth. And then they have this fight, which is kind of sad, but also it's just funny because she's so little and The Rock is The Rock, so they have her up on this like massive ledge so that they can have them both in the same shot.
Open the door.
So after this fight where even the dog doesn't take his side.
Is your heart filled with pain? Shall I come back?
Then there's this really cute moment where he apologizes by singing Elvis. It's very cute.
And every time you bat those things, there's a huge hurricane in Hawaii. See, look at that. 3 houses just blew away on Oahu.
Aww, he's saying that her eyelashes cause natural disasters. So cute.
My mom said she fell in love with you because your guitar playing. Now you sounded just like Elvis. I think she was tone deaf and you sound more like a wounded moose than the king.
I would do anything to keep that beautiful smile on your face.
Anything?
Oh, he's gonna regret saying that. So now he gets stuck taking Peyton and all of these other girls to the mall, to like, I don't know, the American Girl doll place. I was never a girly girl. I was into Barbies, but also skateboarding, so I don't know. Then the ballet teacher comes and helps, and they have a bonding moment where they talk about the importance of dads. And then she paints his nails, and all his teammates make fun of him the next day, but I think it's cute. Like, when, like, real-life male celebrities let their daughters paint their nails when they show up in public like that, it's adorable. Johnny Depp used to do that all the time and show up to, like, press conferences and stuff with, like, pink sparkly nails. It was cute. Really, anybody who wants to paint their nails should just paint their nails. Looks good on everybody. And there's this cute montage where it, like, shows the parallels between him training for the Super Bowl and her training for her ballet recital. He just keeps knocking over kids in rehearsal. They actually aired the commercial, can you imagine? Oh, and she has her own little jersey, it's so cute. Alright, so it's night of the recital.
No, in case you forgot, I am a freakishly large man, and these are freakishly small tights.
He doesn't want to wear tights. Spoiler alert, he wears the tights. Oh, maybe put on a shirt, though, with the... It's a little Magic Mikey for a children's recital. It's a little weird. And the whole team shows up to make fun of him / support Peyton. But then they actually do the rehearsal, and it's adorable, and it goes over really well. Plus, the only other movie with a big ballet scene in it that I can think of is Black Swan, and it's nice that no one got murdered in this one.
Right after you win, look straight into the camera and say, I'm going to Fanny's Burgers.
Alright, so his brand deal states that he gets $25 million for winning the Super Bowl, looking in the camera and being like, I'm going to Fanny's Burgers. You know, like people are like, I'm going to Disney World. But Fanny's Burgers doesn't sound as fun. Oh, and he asks out the ballet teacher and they go on like a family day trip. It's cute. I just keep saying that. It's so cute. It's so adorable. But it is.
Her mom gets back from Africa in a few days.
Well, can't you just go home after the game?
No, I have to get back before she does.
And now Peyton's story starts to all fall apart, right?
I'm supposed to be studying at a special ballet program this month, but instead, I snuck away to come meet you.
Turns out she ran away, and her mom doesn't know that she's there.
I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation, and everybody.
The press is gonna eat me alive.
Okay, Joe, you're getting better at the parenting thing, but like maybe the safety of the child is the most important thing, considering that she was 8 and just, I guess, roaming Boston alone?
She's sweating like crazy and she's coughing, her lips are swelling. Are you allergic to something?
Nuts.
The dessert has nuts. Take her to the hospital, come on.
She starts having a severe allergic reaction because she's allergic to nuts, and there's nuts in the dessert. So the day just keeps getting better and better. And so instead of putting her in a cab, he just books it, just runs her on foot to the hospital. I don't know if that was faster, but there is pretty gridlock traffic, so good for him. Wins back some of those dad points he lost by almost letting her die on his watch. I love this shot because he's like, no, my daughter, and they're like, no, you have to stay here, and they're like holding him back, but it's like one nurse who's like way smaller than he is, just trying to like do the least to hold him back.
Your daughter is responding well to the treatment.
She's okay though. By this point, the entire team is in the waiting room, probably taking up valuable seats that other people need for the emergency room, but anyway.
Please tell me Peyton's all right.
She's gonna be.
And then the mom who was in Africa shows up, and plot twist.
Karen?
I got home early and I see you and Peyton. Your face is plastered on the front of every magazine.
Isn't the mom. This is the Aunt Karen, who Joe was told is dead, and actually, it's her mom that died 6 months ago.
Peyton's mom's still in Africa?
Sarah died in a car accident 6 months ago.
Very sad. The way her face falls, she's like, Dad! Oh shit, moment's over.
As soon as Peyton's strong enough, we're gonna go home.
And so Aunt Karen is going to take Peyton back to live with her cross country, but Joe wants to keep Peyton, which is...
And she needs to be in a stable home with someone who's known her whole life.
Peyton needs her father.
This strange, like, I guess, custody battle scenario, because, like, I get that she was given custody when the mom died, but, like, doesn't the biological parent have, like, certain rights? Like, I don't understand that. I'm not a lawyer. Someone send this to Legal. See if he'll do a video on this. They just bring her all the stuffed animals and balloons. So while Joe and Aunt Karen are fighting over custody out in the hallway, the agent is in the room when Peyton wakes up, and she's talking about like a PR nightmare. So Peyton thinks that she's ruining her dad's life and that he doesn't want her around. So she says she wants to go back and live with Aunt Karen, even though that's not true. Then there's this whole sad montage where he's all alone. The dog even misses her. And then he finds a bag with like her notebook and stuff that she left behind, and he finds this letter, the real letter that the mother wrote to him that he never saw.
Dear Joe, I've written this letter 1,000 times, but I could never find the right words.
I know, it's getting very sentimental, but you know. It's about this time that I looked over at my grandma while we were watching the movie and she was sobbing like I knew she would be. I love my grandma.
She's not a distraction. She's my daughter. I'd want her here with me, even if it meant I'd never play another football game again.
And she sees him talking about her on TV. And here we are, it's the big day of the Super Bowl. The agent's eating those gross burger things, and if you thought this movie wasn't gonna end in like a big playoff football finale, then you were wrong.
He is crushed.
Joe pretty quickly gets hurt and gets benched for the rest of the game.
Joe's not a quitter.
Hey, Fanny's does give you gas.
Hey, Joe, you got money on New York or something?
But then Peyton shows up.
Please tell me you're not on the lam again.
No, this time she brought the warden with her.
And Aunt Karen pretty quickly changes her mind on custody, which, good for them. Glad she didn't take too much convincing. 3 days ago, she was all, my child almost died, and also you abandoned her at a club and made national headlines, but now...
she needs her father.
It's all good. Full custody, sir.
I'm really banged up, P.
Did I just hear the king give up? We've worked way too hard for you to throw in the towel now.
Well, sweetie, I appreciate the sentiment, but I feel like Daddy's gonna get a hernia if he keeps playing. And if you thought the sports movie... Ow, I hit my hand. If you thought this sports movie was not going to include Dwayne Johnson giving a very impassioned halftime speech where like his team is down for the count and he's like, but we can win this and we can turn it around and we can win the Super Bowl, you would be wrong again.
Hey, come on. Nobody look at the clock. Look at me. Look at me. We got plenty of time, and I'm going to tell you why. You know why? Because the rebels never say no.
Yeah! And then they win the championship because Joe has not only learned the value of fatherhood, but also of being a team player. Isn't that wholesome?
So what are you going to do now? I'm going to take my daughter home.
And then he forgoes $25 million, just cuts. But you know, I'm on board with it, because, you know, family over capitalism any day. And the movie ends with like a big montage of like everybody in the movie lip syncing to Burn in Love, which... If you think Burn in Love is not the perfect song to end any movie on, I would strongly disagree. It is a great way to end a movie. And that's the end. Isn't that a cute movie? It was one of those movies that like I watched over and over and over as a kid and then completely forgot about until 3 days ago. And then as soon as I saw it again, I just wanted to make a video about it because I just wanted to talk about it for an hour, which I've done that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Everything you do to support this channel means the world to me. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around because I post nonsense all the time. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber if you say so, because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. Go team! Play sports ball! Yeah!